Hey everybody, welcome to class. Today's lesson is a real short one. We're going to talk about actually how do you write the sentences. Now, a lot of people have trouble with this, especially when they get to college. They start to get worried that they're supposed to sound a certain level of smart, and they will ramble on and on and on and on, writing really long sentences that, oh gosh, they don't make any sense. And I'm sorry to tell you, but when you do that, your sentences actually don't make you sound smart. They make you sound exactly the opposite. So I have a really simple lesson today. What we're going to do is look at 3 sentences. I call them two-part sentences. They're actually compound sentences and complex sentences. You don't need to know that, but if you want to know it, I do have lessons on it. You can look them up in the playlists and take a look. I'm going to show you the different parts of the sentence so that you can see how it's built. And then I'm going to give you 3 sentence stems for you to add on the second part and write a really intelligent 2-part sentence all by yourself, okay? All right, let's take a look at the first one. All right, the first one is, she takes out the garbage after the bags are full. This makes sense, right? Now, I'm purposely writing using very simple words because I don't want you to have to figure out what the sentence means. I want you to see the structure of the sentence. Okay, let's read it one more time. She takes out the garbage after the bags are full. Now, what are the 2 parts of this sentence? The first part is she takes out the garbage, right? Because we could end it there. And remember my test, you walk up to somebody on the quad, you say, hey Liam, she takes out the garbage. Well, okay, he doesn't really know maybe why you're telling him that, but it makes sense, it's a complete thought, right? So we could put a period there, but we didn't. We wanted to keep talking, and we added, after the bags are full. That's the second part of the sentence. Now take a look at this second part. After the bags are full, let's use our quad test. If I walked up to Liam on the quad again and I said, hey Liam, after the bags are full, would he know what you were talking about? No, of course not, because it cannot stand on its own. It's a nice little group of words, but it is not a complete sentence. But we can attach it to a complete sentence, and we have a 2-part sentence, okay? Now, one other thing I want to point out about this sentence, notice that the verb, which I put in green, because I don't want you to have to think about the verb, I just want you to see it. This is in the present tense. In other words, it's happening right now. She takes out the garbage, all right? But after the bags are full, this is also present tense. Present tense, present tense. Okay, I guess I should spell that out for you, okay? Now there's your first 2-part sentence. Let's take a look at another one. All right, so let's take a look at this. Phil has always sung tenor in the choir. That's a complete thought, right? We could have put a period there, but we didn't because I had more to say. So I used a comma and I kept talking. All right, here's the second part. But he sings baritone in the a cappella group. Now, that's the second part of the sentence. Which part of the sentence really could stand on its own if we wanted it to? I'm going to give you 2 seconds. I think it's pretty easy to see. Phil has always sung tenor in the choir. Okay, now let's take a look at the verbs quickly. Phil has sung, that's past tense. It's actually past perfect, but you know what? You really don't need to know that. Past perfect tense in the choir, but he sings, and this is present tense. Yes, it's okay to do that. Not only is it okay, but it's the way you should do it. Now, I am not I'm exposing you to this. You should learn it. The only way for some of these things to feel comfortable as far as knowing which tense the verb should be is really through reading. The more you read, the more you absorb and expose yourself to good language and the way it's used, the more these things feel real natural to you. All right? So keep reading, but I am going to go ahead and point out what is here for you. Okay? All right, so there's your second example of a two-part sentence, period at the end. Notice we're not rambling on and on and on and on to think we sound smart. We're going to have good control over what we want in our sentences. All right, here's your third example. Malik will pack the kids' rooms while his mom focuses on packing the kitchen. Okay? So now, again, it's a two-part sentence. One of the parts could stand all on its own. If you take a look at it, I'm going to give you 3 seconds before I tell you which part could stand all on its own. Obviously, it's this one. Malik will pack the kids' rooms. Okay, we could stop there and put a period. But we have more to say, so we've got our connecting word, while his mom focuses on packing the kitchen, period. So there's the 2 parts of that last sentence. The first part is independent, could stand on its own. The second part is dependent on the first part for its meaning. All right, so let's take a look at the verbs one more time. This is the future tense, will pack, future tense. He will pack, maybe tomorrow or all day tomorrow, okay? While his mom focuses on packing the kitchen, that's present. Present tense. Future tense. Now, when you're writing two-part sentences, the use of the correct tenses is important. I think that mostly as native English speakers, you will get to hear this so that it feels natural to you. If none of this feels natural to you, I suggest you just keep reading. Expose yourself to good language use, and you will start to hear some of these things. Right? Now, I'm going to give you 3 sentence stems. I'm going to give you the first parts, and you're going to take 5 minutes to sit and think it out and write for yourself a second part for that sentence. All right? All right, so here are your 3 sentences. I've given you the first half. You're going to turn them into 2-part sentences, add a connecting word, and then add on to the sentence to finish it. Okay, so your first one is, Amy walks to school, whatever you want. And then number 2, Jonathan has always been friendly. And then add your connecting word and finish the thought. And number 3, Carter will fly to Dallas on Monday. I'll leave these up for you for a minute and let you take a look at them, or take a screenshot if you need. Next lesson will be writing 2-part sentences part 2. I'm going to put things up that are just a little more complex for you, okay? All right, everybody, glad to see you, and happy writing.